and welcome to India Post Live, India's first online news conversation portal. It is football time again, as you can see by the funky news set that's back in play, and we're talking about the transfer rumour mill today, because it's not open till July the 1st, but with the World Cup coming up, a lot of people are trying to get some deals done, some have been done, and there's going to be a lot of speculation as well as confirmed deals. Joining me as always is Chaitanya. What's up?
Transfer season's up.
Transfer season is up. The rumour mill is all a buzz, but shall we start first with the done deals, do you think?
Sure.
Yeah? We've got a graphic of those done deals on the screen right now. Let's take a look at that, shall we? There we go, done deals, big names there, and we've also got some people that are almost on one side of the fence or the other. They're pretty much there or not. Right, so let's start with, who would you like to start with? Your choice, your choice.
I think let's start with Ricky Lambert, considering it's the first transfer, well, almost the first.
No, alrighty
David
then,
Luiz.
the Englishman it is. Let's check out Ricky Lambert, let's see the details on him. Alright, well, he's coming to the end of his career, let's say, at 32. He's getting some offers in. What's your take, sir?
Again, you don't see him fitting in the Liverpool team with Luis Suarez and Daniel Sturridge. But then again, we keep on very conveniently forgetting that Liverpool are in the Champions League this season.
Yes, they will need that depth in squad.
They need their
for
depth.
sure.
Yep, absolutely. Depth in squad is the name of the game when you're competing in Europe, and I think he'll be very handy in one of those easier games in the Premier League where there's a Wednesday or a Tuesday Champions League game. So you might see him starting with Daniel Sturridge and Luis Suarez being brought on, or vice versa.
Absolutely.
To give your strikers.
Someone's injured from the... Ox is not going to be able to play,
Yes,
right?
knee injury.
That sucks.
Knee injury.
That sucks.
And that too in a warm-up game. Also, Emre Can, another very exciting signing that Liverpool has done. Everyone was after him. He's an under-21 German international, again, half Turkish. Well, that's what half of their team is, with Khadira and Ozil and everyone.
Yes. It seems
Again,
to
a
be
very, very exciting talent, and on the cheap, £9.75 million pounds is almost change considering how much
for his age. His age is.
he's 21.
Okay, so he's got a fair. That's not
That's a
bad
steal, right?
for rated. Yeah, I mean, considering Christian Eriksen went for about the same.
11 million pounds. Yeah. And he's been
But
highly
he's
coveted. Emre Can has been on the radar of a lot of clubs. But again, what Liverpool has done is done their transfer business very early.
Very soon, because they know like when the likes of your boys with United come along with their 200 million war chest and all.
Yeah.
They know post the World Cup, everyone is going to be, of course,
And they're going to be blown
nuts,
out of
and
the
there's gonna
water
be
with
scarce.
finances.
Yeah, of
so
course.
I think that's a smart thing to do.
Yeah, we'll work down on the thing. And 13 goals in 37 games. Given that Southampton, it was actually not just one or two people scoring, it was actually quite a few of them getting the goals in, is a pretty good thing. So let's move on to the next person now that we have in the done deals. That is David Luiz.
Again.
All right. I just don't get this at all.
Neither do
I
None of
don't
this-
understand
none
this.
of this I don't
50
understand.
million. 50 million for him, for Sideshow Bob.
Well, considering you know how I can only make sense of this transfer is that Fernando Torres went for the same amount. So
Okay, but Torres, he went on the back of a really successful campaign
yes,
and all.
strong
He's not
Liverpool
really
season.
like. I mean, he's good. Granted, the guy's got talent. He's got a lot of attacking prowess for a defender. But
does he have the defending prowess of a
50
defender?
million pounds
Exactly.
above the likes of Thiago Silva and Marquinhos, like you've mentioned. What? I just don't get that.
But then again, I think PSG were the surprise contenders, considering Barcelona and Bayern Munich were
Both after him,
very
right?
hot on David Luiz's
Yeah.
heels. I think they've gazumped them for cash.
Yeah, but with
And
Barca in their trouble right now, I don't think they can afford to compete with
They
that. sort
blew
of
them
stuff.
out of the water with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fees, actually.
Completely.
And what interests me is that last part with Dani Alves and the
Marquinhos,
Marquinhos
the swap, huh?
Yeah, that would be
Talk us through it.
That
Why
would
is
be
that
that would be a
important?
very, very, very good deal for Barcelona, because Marquinhos is still 20 and he is one of the best defenders around in the world. He's been brought up with the likes of Rafael Varane in that same age group.
And,
Cost them
trained
30
the right way.
million.
Yeah.
And they're getting Dani Alves plus another 25 odd million in cash. So I don't think that's a bad deal, considering
not bad at
Gregory
all.
Van der Wiel is getting old at PSG.
I, though, since it is still a ridiculous figure, would like to get the opinion of Gibran on Google Hangout, who's also joining us. Hey, what's up, buddy? You there? Can you hear me?
Hi, I'm good. Yeah.
Yeah, 50 million for David Luiz. Even though you support Madrid and can afford that, would you have paid?
Well, first of all, a defender shouldn't be so expensive.
Exactly.
And Second of all, I think 50 million is just it's not the price tag worth for David Luiz.
Yeah.
I think he should have gone around for at least 35.
Sure.
if not-
I would have given that
That's
as
like a
fair.
bang-on prediction for the transfer fee because that's what Bayern were
And-
bidding.
Because first of all, I think he's gone to PSG because he's got most of his Brazilian teammates over there, like Thiago Silva and Alex.
Marquinhos and
So I think he'll settle in well, and that's the only reason he's gone to PSG and not Barcelona.
Absolutely fair point. Absolutely true. Alex, which he did mention, is now a done deal, I believe, right?
to AC Milan.
To
he's
AC
left.
Milan. He's off
The
to the
imminent
Italians.
arrival of David Luiz had to win that money.
Had to be. So
What's
he and
the
his candidates
surprising
off.
thing is PSG has paid 49 million in the FFP breach, still managed to get David Luiz a 50 million pound. Like it's loose change.
When you got it, I'm sure City will be making some ridiculous transfers later on
Yeah,
in the
sure.
season as well. Shall we move on then with the done deals? Let's get that graphic back up on the screen. Next up, we got Immobile, who you are the expert on.
Again, a very good striker. We will see a lot of him in the World Cup with
Top
Italy.
scorer. I'm just because I haven't been following the Serie A this year at all. He just went completely unnoticed for me. Top
That's
scorer.
because he scored those goals with Torino, and Torino, well, he took them out of relegation, brought them into a very, very respectable position in the Serie A. All of this while not getting service. He was just plain good this season, and with Robert Lewandowski leaving Dortmund, you needed that kind of potent striker to fill the void.
I think he'll do the job quite nicely. I was checking him out on YouTube. Solid.
And I think at 15.5 million pounds to get a top
Also-
scorer
also
is,
a steal.
is good.
Also a steal.
24 on the right side of his
This
20s.
happens a lot with when they're players who are playing for smaller teams and they do a good job. Michu, another great example. From
Rayo
last season.
Vallecano, £2 million.
£2 million. Oh, poor Swansea. They must be
Right.
dying without him right now. Italy too, yeah, and he's going to feature in the squad in the World Cup.
Yeah,
so
more
he's
importantly
going
because
to be
because Balotelli is not reliable, and
Yeah.
with him giving the numbers that he's given, I'm very sure he'll be Cesare Prandelli's choice with Balotelli to actually give that stability in outlet with Pirlo and De Rossi.
and a 5-year contract means that they are.
He's in for the long haul.
He's in for the long haul, and I
And
mean, that's
Dortmund are
also-
going to get his best years. He's 24, so when
Yeah.
you're a striker, you're at 26, 27, you start to realize your peak, and they'll be getting
He'll be done at 29. They'll still get a good buck for
Yep.
him when they sell him on as
Yep.
well. So that is pretty cool.
Yep.
Shall we get to the next then? Actually, I want to go on to the yes, Diego Costa. There's the man. I was going to jump to Costa, but he was already there. That's awesome. So probably going to be out for the World Cup initial phases, but he's passed
Yeah.
his medical.
Yeah, they're actually waiting for his hamstring injury to clear up. Is what they're waiting on the
Okay.
medical in
So
terms
it's
of his
just a
fitness. yeah.
hammy. Not
Yeah.
that severe. Also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was not training with the Spanish team, so he left for London with the medical, and well, the personal terms are impending. And Jose Mourinho's got his man.
He's got his man.
He's got his man. He's been after him for half a season. He needs exactly the kind of striker Costa is.
Yeah.
Bullies defenses into succumbing, scores at will, scores plenty of them at will.
Absolutely. And
That's all you need, don't you?
Eto'o will be surely moving on. Torres, if he goes back to Atletico, I'd like to see that actually.
That'll
Hopefully he
be
goes
coming
back.
full
You know how
circle.
Ronaldinho went back to Brazil
Yeah.
and started to show more
Yeah.
of his old school self,
Yeah.
be more comfortable at home perhaps. Lukaku, Chicharito, I don't think you guys are gonna part with him.
Yeah.
Lukaku, Soldado.
Soldado, actually, the funny thing about Soldado
I
at
think he'll work
Atletico,
nicely there.
No, but then that's the funny part, because just like Tottenham did with Gareth Bale, they've actually come out with a petition not to sign Roberto Soldado
wow.
for Atletico, and that has crossed 4,000 signatures. So
Okay, so
that campaign's hotting
basically.
up. No to Soldado.
no,
so
oh, hey. £32 million you'd consider actually a steal for
It's a steal.
Costa, considering the hype, and he's had a fantastic season. He's a great striker, but he's not in the he's not at the Ronaldo Messi.
He's not
leagues,
an
let's
A-list
say.
striker,
He's not
is what you're
like a
saying.
triple. Let's say a triple A.
Yeah,
Let's say a
triple
triple A.
yeah.
Triple A.
Triple A.
But still, considering all the hype and everything going around and the campaign that they've had and everything surrounding this
Hello?
player, 32 million is yes, Gibran.
I can't see anything.
Oh no, we've lost Gibran. Oh no, that's Siddharth. We've got Siddharth. He has joined us via voice. Siddharth, if you're joining us, we are talking about Diego Costa. Would you like to weigh in on his move to Chelsea?
I'm really happy about it. What else I can say? Well, he has to prove it's about 32 million.
We were just saying it's a steal. Do you agree? I mean, you think you got him for cheaper, or you think that's a bargain?
It's good. It's a good price, reasonable price. He's like scored 28 goals, and this season, if he scores goals for us as well, then I'm more happy. I'll be happy.
Can't complain there, and he's gone.
So I think that was
That he's coming. We got Costa.
destiny there.
We got Costa. You guys can talk about whatever you want now. I'm out of here. Peace. Right. Moving on to the next. It's another big one. The other much touted player is Robert Lewandowski. Let's get him on there. Over to the rivals Bayern. This deal was obviously sealed quite some time ago, but let's come back to it. Again, 5-year contract, so they want him in for the long run. It's a great signing for them. And you cannot complain about the price that they got him for, because it's on the Bosman.
Yep. And I think
Bosman.
that's I think one of the better moves Bayern has made, because I think they were stocking up on midfield a lot, and they did not have that outlet. Yes, Mandzukic is a striker, but not the
He's like a
Bayern
better,
Munich
he's like a
level
better
striker.
Giroud almost.
Sure,
you know.
Sure,
I
he's
can
like
see
a
that.
more physical,
more physical Giroud. You know.
This guy can do everything. He can hold up play for you. He can hit stunners from 25
He's got
yards.
nimbleness as
He
well.
can hit it with headers. He scored 4 against Real to prove his point.
And that's no.
So I think that's enough and more. And the Bayern raid on Dortmund continues.
It's too bad we're gonna miss out on him this World Cup. Actually,
Yeah.
I just
Not on the plane.
It's a shame for him.
He's not on the plane,
It
and
is
he's
a shame
I
for
think he's scoring 81 goals for a transfer of 2 million. Dortmund got him for 2 million.
Yeah, deal
What
and a
else do you
half.
want?
Deal and a half. Right, let's jump back to that big graphic and let's move on to the bit of the on the fence people. Let's have a look at that thing right now. So we got Suarez, Fabregas, Muller, and all. Let's start with another big man. Will he stay? Will he go? Liverpool will not sell him if they have the option, but will the likes of Real come in with an offer that might be too good for them to resist? Actually, not you. I want to ask the Real man. How far will you go, Gibran, to sign Luis Suarez?
I think Real Madrid have been wanting him for a very long time now, and I think they'll pay. Well, we've seen Real Madrid pay for Gareth Bale, so I think they'll pay enough for Luis Suarez to land him over to Madrid.
The Galactic.
And I think Suarez, that's one in a lifetime opportunity to play at Madrid. So I don't think he's going to say no to that.
Well, considering he was ready to leave last summer with the...
Considering he's ready to leave any time.
It's true.
You never know with Luis Suarez in Liverpool.
Yeah.
So 80 million, it's too good to say no. It'll be a Tottenham Real situation.
And with that kind of cash, they can get in another solid thing. They can maybe even do a swap with Benzema. Who knows?
But then again, Liverpool can do whatever they want with 80 million.
With
But
80
it's
million.
never the same
Unless
story.
they do what Tottenham did.
Yeah, but you never
Which was
know.
a disaster.
You never know.
Oh,
Selling off your
Tottenham.
best player might just be the last good or bad thing you ever do for your club.
The
So
Spurs know it.
the Spurs know it the hard way round. That too, the hard way round.
Yes, indeed. Poor Eric Lamela. He's been the butt of many jokes. Right. Can we get that Suarez graphic back on screen, please? Because that I've got. Let's see the facts there.
See, they'll pay him.
He's just signed a new deal,
Yeah,
right?
but they'll match his wages. It's Real Madrid. No zeros are enough amount of zeros for them, are
That's
they?
also true. But it seems like he's had this more of a connection to Liverpool this year as well. But their campaign was an emotional one. It depends on either way if he was like destroyed after that or if he now feels very much, connected. Because that's something that money can't
Well, his
buy.
camp is making all the right noises because I read in the papers that he's enrolled his daughter in a school at Liverpool.
Okay.
So that's
there
a
you
sign
go,
of staying in for the long haul. But then stranger things have happened. People have bought houses and sold them in a day itself. So.
I mean, so he's still got, let's say, with his kind of talent, I think he's still good for another 2-3 years.
Sure,
for sure.
easy.
So I mean, it's not hard to imagine Liverpool might just hold out for another year with them if they have
Again,
the
is
choice.
that-
I mean, given the choice, obviously they would never release him.
Sure, but we've estimated his value at 80 million pounds, and if you're a club like Liverpool, who's just been in the Champions League, you have to think to yourself,
that's right.
is it?
They've been out of the European run for some time now, so they need to get back.
So do
to
you
their
make a
ways.
team by selling a player, or do you keep a player and make a team? That's the question John W. Henry and Brendan Rodgers need to sit down and ask themselves, because he's buyable. I think every player on this planet we saw with Gareth Bale now is buyable.
After
You
that,
throw
the
the right
Gal-
kind of money.
It's the
they're
Galacticos
in.
project, right?
Yep.
Actually it's nothing new to us. We've been
Yep.
seeing this for years, from the likes
Yep.
of Beckham to whoever. Right, let's get back to the next person on our list. We've got Cesc Fabregas. Now this is something dear and personal to me, obviously being an Arsenal supporter. Chelsea seem to be the favourites with
Yep.
Gerard Piqué whispering into the coach's ear some shadiness. I'm interested in studying Fabregas' situation, says Jose Mourinho. Perhaps the replacement to Lampard, who's gone off to New York City?
Sure. But then where was Lampard playing? He was on the bench all last year.
Yeah, but when
So
you have Fabregas, you're not going to bench him. If Chelsea were to buy this guy, and they're going to splash out at least 30 mil, like
Yep.
they say. I
Yep.
don't think Barcelona are going to cheap out on that. They
No.
need the cash right
Yep.
now because of their issues. It'll be heartbreak, though. I really
I don't see him at Chelsea though. To be honest.
Yeah, and I also, as much as we'd love to have Cesc back, it would be purely for a,
I don't know.
just so that he's not playing with anyone else.
Yeah.
But, again, we couldn't fit him in our squad as well.
I don't think he will fit into any squad aside from, let's be honest, and I'm not being biased at all at Manchester United. City have truckloads of midfielders. Chelsea have Mourinho's bought every midfielder in the planet, so they have all of them. Arsenal are blessed with talent in the middle of the park with Aaron Ramsey hitting his straps.
Jackie Wilshere showing some form.
Jack Wilshere always has a good start to the season. Santi Cazorla. You have
Yeah,
a lot of
there's plenty to pick
a lot
from.
of players. Don't think he's going to come back to the Premier League, and if he does come with Chelsea, it could be bruising a lot of egos at Stamford Bridge.
Oh, yeah.
With
Yeah.
there are a lot of players who are vying for that central midfield spot with Oscar, Nemanja Matic.
Yeah, it's true. And Matic has really come to form
Very
this
good
season.
season, yeah.
He was just out of the scene for ages, and
Yeah.
now he's back. Let us move on from Cesc because it's depressing the hell out of me. Thomas Müller, something that you would be perhaps more excited about.
Yep.
Will he stay? Will he go? He's still trying to negotiate with Bayern, but seems to be...
Again, it's more of a personal relationship here with him and Louis van Gaal rather than him being potent for Manchester United, because we already have 3 number 10s with us. He plays as a number 10 or as a striker, but we have enough strikers too. So where does he fit in Louis van Gaal's plans at Manchester United? How does he fit? What are the developments? Because he said that, let me know where I stand, because Lewandowski is coming next year. He needs to know where he stands.
Absolutely.
And well, he has that connection of him being thrown into the Bayern spotlight when Louis van Gaal was in charge there. So there's obviously a connection there with the manager and the player. And anything could happen. This is completely in the balance.
Yes, indeed it is. That's something that
He's
will...
valued well, 30 to 35 million pounds for a player who scores very important goals.
I think this figure, 30 to 35 in general, is a good figure for someone who's in form in their thing at the right
young,
age and all.
yeah.
It's right. When you start 50 millioning it for David Luiz, I just start going, what are you doing? This is why FFP is in play. This is why Arsene Wenger sweats at night.
Tell me in 10 seconds if you were given a straight shoot between keeping Giroud or bringing Muller into the side, what would you do?
Oh, I'd bring Muller.
You would bring Muller, wouldn't you? He's a very viable choice.
Of course, I could argue. I mean, the use of Giroud and how he's used within the team and all, but I would not say no to that man any day of the week, and never twice on Sunday. Right, let's jump on to the next because we are running a bit short of time. That is another person who might be on his way to Arsenal, former City player, currently over in Italy, Balotelli, the bad boy. Guys, before I move on, I do invite you to come in and let us know what you think about all these transfers and rumors going on. Tweet to us at IndiaPostLive using the hashtag IndiaPostLive. Let us know you think who's going here or where. If you've heard some gossip on the grapevine, we'd like to hear it as well. Anything we missed. Back to Balotelli and his haircut.
Well, yeah, that's the only thing.
The bad boy. Who wants him? He's being offered.
Yeah, he's being offered.
Take this child. He's not.
Inter Milan. Oh, sorry, excuse me. There, AC Milan made a very huge mistake in buying him. Let's be honest.
I mean,
because
he
he's
has
been
got
on
talent.
He's
You can't
been
deny
less on
that.
the pitch and more off it.
Yeah.
With his suspensions, I think they need to actually start another page on his website called Suspensions, because he plays to get suspended. He doesn't play to score anymore, does he?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's just this attitude of me and me only, me, myself,
Why
and I.
always me every time. 14 goals in 30 games. I think,
Not
again,
for-
I'd love to see him at Arsenal. I would love to see him at Arsenal.
Yeah, he's again.
I would love it. What a talent.
Okay,
Mario
this is called
Balotelli
sarcasm, by the way. This is called pure sarcasm. Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
In all earnestness,
I'll try
I would
not
love
to
to see
beat you
Balotelli.
mid-air on air. Balotelli at any club asset could be, but I don't think he's going to enjoy if he comes to a club like Arsenal. I don't think Arsene Wenger is going to tolerate his sort of shenanigans.
I think Liverpool might
Liverpool
take
also-
an interest with him because with the Luis Suarez wheel in motion, you might need a striker again.
Yeah, that's true.
So-
But then, you've already got a massive ego in Danny Sturridge.
Oh, yeah.
A massive ego in Danny Sturridge.
That'll be
Suarez
fiery,
is top
yeah.
dog. Sterling is cool. Coutinho is
Sterling's
cool.
cool.
This
I think the
guy,
clash
you
between-
put him, Sturridge,
Sturridge.
and things.
And see the solo goals fly in there.
Yeah,
Because there'll be no passing. there'll be
pass it, no, but
coordination.
yeah. Anyway, Balotelli away with you. On to the last one, Mangala. Talk me through this boy.
Very
You
highly-
really
very highly
like him.
coveted.
Huh?
I saw
And
him-
he's got a £40 million there. He's a product of FC Porto, who brought us some great players before.
I saw him in the quarterfinals or the semi-finals of the Europa League against Napoli. Again,
Mm-hmm.
goes far ahead. Reminds you a lot of Gerard Piqué, say 3 years back, 4 years
Okay,
back, when
right,
he
right. Mm-hmm.
goes, takes the ball halfway through, sprays it around the midfield, very, very sure,
Confident, yeah,
very sure
completely,
behind the
completely.
ball, very fast. You'd see him as a tall defender, and you'd think he's good in the air. Yes, he's good in the air, but he uses his long reach to very good effect. And well, the creme de la creme of Europe wants him. And has expressed his desire to move to Manchester United.
I know. Has expressly expressed.
Yes,
a desire to come
and
over.
this money won't matter for us because I think he's a perfect replacement for Vidic.
Yeah.
We get another good 8 to 9 years from him.
What are you? Okay, so United, obviously, and all there are a lot of United fans out there, guys. This is your expert for all things United at the moment. I'm trying to be fair as well, as much as I can. You guys have got £200 million
Yeah, somewhere there
around
and
that.
thereabouts. Yeah.
60% of the planet supports your club. So, what do you guys want with that 200 million? Where are the key zones to fill?
I think a couple of defenders, a couple of wingers, and 2 midfielders. I think we need 6 players in total because Patrice Evra has been given a 1-year extension. We have Luke Shaw rumored for a deal.
Yes, that's
We
right.
have Luke Shaw rumored for a deal. We have Matt Hummels rumored for a deal at centre back. So with if you get Mangala and Hummels together, problem solved.
Problem solved.
Hummels is worth 25 odd million.
That would be a hell of a back to.
That'll be try getting past that.
I was just gonna say try getting past that.
And imagine this defense in Europe with Luke Shaw on the left and Rafael on the right. A good, mature, level-headed Rafael on the right.
yeah.
You have yourself a solid back four.
You guys are really down for a complete
Yeah.
overhaul, huh?
Yeah.
It's gonna
There
be.
are no two ways about it,
You
sir.
might, I actually said this right in the beginning. That's why when Moyes first came in, I was like, okay, this is not bad because he plans to do this overhaul. He just never committed in the right
Sure.
places. Let's not talk about
Sure.
that. He's done and dusted.
Sure.
Out. The
Sure.
Dutchman is in, and now. He's got the transfer window. He's going to make
Yep.
use of it. He's got the experience. He knows how to work the transfer market. He's experienced.
He's good at it.
manager.
He's got his
He's a
contacts
top-level
spread across.
manager.
Yep.
Let's see what happens. I hope nothing, obviously, but Anchor trying to be fair, whatever. We've got £100 million ourselves. We're also in for the likes of Morata. Hulk is a recent development as of yesterday, which I would think is it's a typical Arsene Wenger signing. When you hear the name Hulk, you're like, oh, actually that wasn't on the radar, and then you're like, you know what? That is actually
Where would you fit Hulk in your
where
Arsenal
wouldn't
team?
you fit Hulk? I wouldn't play him necessarily down the centre. He is great out on the wide, and Podolski is showing some form, but he's not that left guy for me. So
I think I think Arsenal are better off playing him up top.
yeah, I mean that's the thing. It depends on whether we're going to go ahead and do that 4-4-2 business as well, which is I think what might be happening with the
True.
with the new
True.
with the new plan.
Again, a good World Cup showing from Hulk, and you never know what happens.
Absolutely, which is why
Arsenal might not be the only club in running at the end of the World Cup.
this is why they are the ones apparently acting now, because they know once the World Cup goes on, Mr. Wenger knows. He knows once the World Cup starts and all these players, their prices are just going to
Yep.
go through
Skyrocket
the
through. Yep.
roof. Right. Another one I want to talk about is Schweini to you guys again. Schweinsteiger.
Very good deal. Very good deal. Get him at whatever price you want.
At
It's
whatever.
been 5-6 years since United fans have been shown
Age
these
is not a
dreams.
concern for you?
When you play like Bastian Schweinsteiger, age is just a number.
That's also true. And the position he holds is also, it's not, it's
He's not
it's
even
for
a
that, yeah.
quick fix. He's like the perma fix for Manchester United. Bring Carrick and Schweinsteiger together, problem's gone.
Absolutely. Right, there's so many things to talk about actually, but we are running a little
Yep.
short of time, so I'm just going to jump to I'll give you one more United one, all right? One more. Rio Ferdinand, will he go to QPR? Will he go somewhere else? What do you think?
Anywhere.
Quick questions.
Offers
Quick
are
answers.
open, Middle East, USA, wherever. Frank Lampard gives them a call, David Beckham gives them a call at Miami. It's all up in
Out
the
to
air.
stud
It's
at
all up
in the US, yeah.
And he's very media savvy, so I'm very sure he'll be a good ambassador and a good figure for a team also who's
Alright.
rising up.
Fair play. Well, besides that, Rakitic is almost on his way to Barcelona. We heard that is great. Lukaku, possibly Valencia, Atletico. I'm just running through it now because once again, we've been yapping for a while. Villa's off to NYC on his way. He'll stop over in Melbourne for a loan spell to make sure he's all happy there. He'll join Frankie Lampard over there. And that's all that we got right now so far. There is actually more, but
So that's all that she wrote?
That's all that she wrote. Well, I wrote.
So that's all
Nice
that she
try.
wrote.
Nice try. What a guy. Right. Guys, do let us know what you think. Post to India Post Live at India Post Live using the hashtag India Post Live. And do keep watching this space for more football news. We have got a lot of World Cup action coming up, of course. Do look out for it. In the meantime, take care and thanks for watching.